very close fight. Tommy Fury is going to go on to defeat Jake Paul via unanimous decision, 8-round unanimous decision over in Saudi Arabia. I'm T-Street Controversy with Fight View 360. We're going to give you a little bit of highlights, and I want to let it be known that a lot of fans don't know that jabs can win fights, or they don't feel that they can. In my personal opinion, I think the most dominating punch was the jab for Tommy Fury and the uppercut. Now, Tommy Fury in round number 8, the final round, did get dropped early from a jab from Jake Paul. Jake Paul has a very good jab. Now, before I move on, I must give thanks, respect to Jake Paul, because for this level, he is a good boxer. And I'm going to piggyback off of what Sean Porter said when he said this was a high-level boxing match for their level of being fringe contenders. So the WBC, the World Boxing Council, now is going to be ranking Tommy Fury. I don't believe it's in the top 15, but in the top 20. But basically, the winner of this fight is getting a WBC ranking. In this case, it's Tommy Fury. So Jake Paul was very close to actually being able to possibly fight for a world title and a cruiserweight. The WBC Cruiserweight champion right now is Badou Jack, who was on the undercard. He defeated a younger Makabu via 12th round stoppage, 39 years old. Tommy Fury is only 23 years old, and Jake Paul is 26 years old. Tommy Fury, coming into this fight, a lot of people thought he was going to lose. I thought that if he just boxes, coming from a Fury family of all fighters, bare knuckle background, I thought to myself, like, if he loses this fight, it would be disgraceful, and he probably would have gotten disowned by his father and family. So we're going to listen to the post-fight interview, and according to Jake Paul, it's looking like there's going to be a rematch. Now, Jake Paul did say that he was sick in camp. He injured his arm, despite him telling Radio Raheem earlier that there was no issues whatsoever. But fighters are going to normally do that. By the way, Radio Raheem was on some weird shit tonight. What was up with him? You know, he told Logan Paul he loved him. Oh wait, he's doing a post-fight interview. Let's listen in. Take your time out. Like the video, subscribe, and I'm going to pull up some highlights and the punch stats.
Here with Tommy Fury, you have every right to shed these tears of victory, of glory, of joy. You've done something for your family. You've done something for your name. You are more than a contender. You are a warrior. Talk to me about the feelings pumping through your heart at this very moment.
For the past 2.5 years, this has always consumed my life. Broke rib, denied access, and everybody thought I was running scared. Tonight, I made my own legacy. I am Tommy Fury. I want to dedicate this fight to my new baby girl, Bambi, at home. My missus, I love you. I can't wait to see you. This fight was for you. This belt is for you, Bambi. I love you.
This was no easy fight. It took everything in you, all your heart, grit, and soul, even to get up off the canvas. How much was inside you when you stood up off the canvas and finished this fight?
All the way through these 2.5 years, I had a dream, I had a vision I would win this fight, and no one believed me. Now I can stand up and everybody can take note. It was my first main event, 23 years old. I had the world on me. I had pressure on my shoulders, and I came through.
I know your goal is to be a world champion, but this belt around your shoulders right now must be awfully sweet.
This, to me, is a world title fight. I trained so hard for this. This was my destiny. This was my fate. I want to thank Saudi Arabia for having me. I love you all. Thank you all for turning out. Guys, we did it! We did it!
Now we know that Jake Paul has a rematch clause. He may want to do this again. If so, will we see you again in this ring for another war of this magnitude?
100%. This is my first main event. I'm only going to go stronger. I'm only going to go bigger, and I'm only going to go better. There's a lot of nerves coming into here. I override that. If he wants a rematch, bring it on.
Thank you for showing up and giving us all you had. Congratulations on an incredible win. Radio Raheem with Tommy Fury.
So Tommy Fury victorious, very emotional. And you know what? This is his moment. Absolutely. He was always been in the shadows of his brother Tyson Fury, but now he can stand alone and say, I was the first guy
My
to
bad, I
beat
opened up the wrong
Jake.
thing. Hold on.
As an athlete who had a brother that was competing as well, I can tell he probably didn't feel like he was in
Here we go.
Tyson's shadow so much as he was supporting him,
Jake Paul,
and now he feels the same
Let me first
support.
say that making this fight was one of the most difficult things you had to do, but fighting the way you did That makes you a fucking true fighter, a true champion. In your heart and soul, we saw you give everything tonight. You are a boxer. You are a man. Talk to me about this fight and the way it went tonight.
No, all respect to Tommy. He won, you know, and don't judge me by my wins. Judge me by my losses. I'll come back. I think we deserve that rematch. It was a great fight, a close fight. I don't know if I agree with the judges. I got a 10-8 round twice. So it is what it is, but this is the boxing. And look, I've already won in life, man. I've already won. I've won in every single way. I have an amazing family, amazing friends, amazing work ethic. I've made it farther than I ever thought that I would, and beyond. So this is definitely a humbling experience. I'll take it on the chin, get back in the gym, and we can run it back because I think we put on an amazing show for the fans tonight.
Let's talk a little bit about technical boxing. You got 2 knockdowns. You stuck behind the jab. You were in there for every minute of every round. How much of your training and strategy was successful tonight?
Honestly, I felt flat. I got sick really bad twice in this camp. Injured my arm. So it wasn't my best performance. But I lost. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it wasn't my best performance. I felt a little flat. And like I said, we're going to come back and get that W. Don't judge me by my wins. Judge me by my losses. I'm going to come back stronger.
In the great tradition of boxing, what makes a real fighter is someone who not only comes up off the canvas, but comes back after a loss, comes back better, comes back stronger, faces that opponent and defeats that opponent. You have a rematch clause. Are you ready to be a real boxer? Call that rematch out and do this one more time.
100%. Let's run it back.
And last, go ahead.
And thank you to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the Ministry of Sport, Prince Khalid. Inshallah, I'll come back and get this W. Shukran for having me. All love.
Thank you to the Fury family. Thank you to the Paul family. Thank you, Pamela. Radio Raheem with Jake Paul.
Now, for me, to be honest, this is, a good thing for Jake Paul in a way because there was no real, it was no way he could really lose. Now, he did lose the fight, but he lost to a boxer, so it's a win-win situation for him, fighting the guys that he's fought from Ben Askren to Nate Diaz to a lot of people, including myself, thought that Anderson Silva was going to beat him. Tyron Woodley, twice, to fight Tommy Fury, to actually get that far, that's an accomplishment. And in reality, it was somewhat of it was a close fight. Now, there were 2-point deductions here. Let me tell you what my cards were. I gave round number 1 to Tommy Fury, round number 2, Tommy Fury, round number 3 to Jake Paul, close round, but I gave that to him. Round number 4 to Tommy Fury. There was a point deduction. Tommy Fury was winning round number 5, point deduction though, for hitting behind the head. But the referee, I don't. If anything, there should have been a point deduction for all the holding that Jake Paul was doing, in my personal opinion. Round number 6, there was a point deduction, gave that to Tommy Fury. And round number 7, gave that to Tommy Fury. Round number 8, because of the knockdown, even though Tommy Fury finished strong and closed out the round, I still gave that round to Jake Paul because of the knockdown. Now, a rematch, who can adjust better in a rematch? I still would pick Tommy Fury in a rematch, being the boxer. He wouldn't get dropped again. And also he's seen his hand. He comes from a fighting family. He is a boxer. But regarding Jake Paul, I won't be surprised if he goes on and fights Nate Diaz next and then goes on to fight Tommy Fury. But there is a rematch clause. I don't know how immediate it is. But I want to show you these punch stats. By the way, that's the WBC trinket belt he got there. WBC had to put something on the line. Here are the punch stats, by the way. Let's go check them out. Punches thrown, 302 to 157 for Jake Paul. 88 overall punches landed for Tommy Fury. Most of them, as you can see, were jabs. Power punches, but his jab was the most dominant punch in the fight to me. And his he got like a chopping down right hook, and there was an uppercut that somewhat kind of a little bit buzzed Jake Paul a little bit. Jake Paul, as you can see, he had the bigger, he had more jabs, ironically. And 79 power punches. But in reality, I mean, what really can we really say about this fight? You know, they both did what we expected them to do, or at least I did. And Tommy Fury, from a boxing fan standpoint, he was supposed to win. You know, if Tommy Fury would have lost, it would have been humiliating. By the way, did they go through with that deal or that contract to where Jake Paul gets all of, Tommy Fury gets all of Jake Paul's purse? I want to see the rematch, though. I'm cool. Put it this way. I'm cool with the rematch. I want to see it. I would entertain it, you know, because at the end of the day, it was a close fight. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that's popped up. And I know a whole lot of Jake Paul fans are pissed. By the way, here is KSI smoking on some Jake Paul pack here.
Hey, yo.
Oh, and by the way, I think Jake Paul will starch him.
Don't mind me. Just smoking on that Jake Paul pack. Honestly, Jake Paul, trash. Tommy Fury, trash.
Yeah, Tommy Fury and Jake Paul would beat him. My personal opinion. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul would beat him. Just my personal thoughts. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at @TStreetControversy. Shout out to Battle Jack 2 for defeating a younger Makabu to win the WBC Cruiserweight title. Going to be interesting to see who he fights next. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.